so annoying. Gotcha. I don't do like super, you got hit with the Ojon,
All right, so definitely going to be seeing Vega versus Birdie here. I don't think Jan plays any other characters unless, you know, he might pull out a secret one. I do know Docta Afrikan plays a couple other characters.
He plays a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's comfortable with Vega at this point.
Docta Afrikan has a Bison, because that's who he started with, was Bison.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Then he went to Nash, and then he ended on Vega. But he still plays Nash, and he's been playing some Mika.
Well, we've seen Jan handle Nash pretty convincingly, and not too sure how he does against Mika, but you know, I think Vega is definitely the correct choice for Docta Afrikan in this set. I encourage him to stay with him.
All right, so let's see if Docta Afrikan can live up to his word, saying this match was 7-3. He likes it so much so that it is free.
All right, here we go. Against Jan, one of the most seasoned veterans out of seasoned veterans. See if the young guy can see if the young guy can pull it off.
Yeah, see if he can season him now, right?
A little bit of that Lowry's.
Man, that's not a lot of seasoning on it. You saying season enough, Joe? Man, it's a nice season for this fruit. All right, I'm done. Docta Afrikan just finding all of the counter hits, pushing Jan into the corner.
Definitely making the match look pretty tough for Birdie in the neutral with that claw.
So something, I want to note, he's using the claw in this matchup where we saw against Mika, he would literally backdash and then take off the claw to start the round. Yeah. And here he's keeping the claw on. I wonder.
Well, I mean, you know, pretty much Vega has two modes. He has the footsie lord, you know.
Yep.
You know, really strong neutral with the claw, you know, just having that added range. And then he also has the more offensive unclaw version, I'm sorry. And, you know, against Mika, you saw the strategy he had against her. You know, pretty much just harass her with normals and, you know, use his walk speed and his mobility to his advantage.
So I wonder what it is with Claw that makes him like it so much more in this matchup then. Because in Mika, he would just go clawless.
I think Mika is a little faster than Birdie.
Okay.
Which, you know, throwing out Vega's pokes against Mika is a little scarier, basically, you know, with her jump, drop kick, etc. But with Birdie, you don't really have too much to worry about. His jump's not too crazy. His dash isn't very fast. His normals reach pretty far, but at that range, Vega's normals also reach pretty far. So.
Jan finding the EX Bull Revenger now into the killing head. That will be stunned. Will that be the round? Will he use the meter to end it? He will. That will take it. Look at that damage, boy. So
great series of events for Jan right
Something
there.
I also wanted, Docta Afrikan had told me, actually yesterday, he thinks there are actually 3 versions of the Vega. There's Claw, Clawless, and then No Claw. And what he means by No Claw is when it falls on the ground. And he says that's a different character. I was like, all right, man, sure.
I mean, everybody has their own views on the characters.
The reason he says that is because you stance change, and you stance change back to Clawless.
Oh,
so you go Clawless, stance change, Clawless.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, that's
that's some deep thinking from him.
Yeah.
Oh, went for that command grab. Jan was ready for it. Nice.
The counter hit confirmed.
Exactly.
Jan in the corner.
Good blocking from Jan, but that White Life is building up. Look at, oh my God, all that chip in White Life.
Jan was not going to fall for the cross-up gimmick there.
Tried the anti-air jab and just got beat out by that jumping medium. Oh, that's not safe. Docta Afrikan.
Meaty combo there.
Oh, beat him out with that meaty low forward. What's the setup here? He's going to go with the, okay, jumping medium punch. Little awkward looking. Goes 2 overheads in a row. Jan wasn't ready.
Very good by Docta Afrikan to adapt to the situation. He recognized that Jan was blocking low.
Yep.
Goes for the overhead twice. Most people would probably be a little bit scared to go for overhead in that situation, but Docta Afrikan was confident and takes the round.
Yep, good stuff to him. So right back in it here.
All right, he takes off the claw now. So I kind of like this by Docta Afrikan. He's switching it up. Even though he won the round, he's keeping Jan on his toes.
So something I want to note, it looks like he likes playing neutral more without Claw, but last round he was rushing Jan down with Claw.
Yeah.
So this is weird that he likes playing neutral with the quote-unquote worst of the Vega neutral games.
Yeah.
And then he likes rushing down with the worst rush down option.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it might be like kind of pretty much like a mind trick against Jan. You know, Jan expecting him to play offensive without Claw and not getting that.
Oh, like right there. All right, so Docta Afrikan finding Jan in the corner. Now another shimmy from him. Jan waking up with that crouching short. Wow, very risky move there.
Can he get a combo off that?
Oh,
Jan looking for the jump back. Dr. Afrikan does not give it to him, gets the combo. And very nice confirm off the low forward, stand strong.
Yeah, so Dr. Afrikan is just, it looks like he's just dictating neutral. And then once he gets Janet to the corner, he just has his way with him, essentially. Here we go. Dr. Afrikan slowly pushing him his way.
All right, he goes back to the tried and true. Staying at that range. Oh, misses the stance switch. Good
nice
punish
punishing.
on the slide.
Yep. Jan whiffing a lot of buttons right now. Dr. Afrikan is just sitting there like, okay.
I feel like Jan's pretty much just trying to find very nice anti-air roll. That is
I think that may be
a specific thing. Definitely something high-level Vegas players are using to their advantage.
I think that's one of the reasons he said this matchup is so good, because he told me on the card right here, he said that rolling for anti-air against Birdie is free.
Interesting. All right, yeah, I mean, it looked pretty easy right there, and he got some pretty good pressure after it, so.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, he's finding himself at such a really big life deficit. Jan, able to just
clutch it out, man.
Exactly.
Jan's defense is saving him right now. Defense wins championships.
I was about to say, he wasn't playing a lot of offense. It's just Dr. Afrikan. He was finding the small holes in his offense and just punishing him. For instance, jumped in a lot of times, anti-aired him. All those hits were starting to add up, but finding that low forward, nice. Dr. Afrikan
confirmed right there. He recognized that that slash was going to hit and can't combos in the super.
Whoa, the jump and miss, and unfortunately for Dr. Afrikan, he gets back thrown. Jan eating those donuts, trying to build up that V reverse, or excuse me, V trigger. And there it is.
Smart by Jan actually have that presence of mind, even being down this much, to make sure that he got that V trigger and give himself the best advantage to win. Birdie and V trigger is very scary. Has a faster dash, does more damage.
Oh,
Dr. Afrikan doesn't confirm into a knockdown off that.
It's a weird exchange right there. Very fortunate for Dr. Afrikan.
Good punish there.
While using that medium kick as a meaty.
Backs off, doesn't go for double overhead, but
tried to clip him while drinking the can. Was just a little bit too short. Dr. Afrikan perhaps tried to slide at him before it came out and got hit anyways. Jan can make this happen. He has a super and V-trigger still active.
Yeah.
Here comes the can. What can he do with it?
Birdie's V-trigger lasts
it hit!
Quite a long time. Gets the throw. Let's see if he can get this hit. It's pretty much one hit away from taking this game.
It looks like Dr. Afrikan's waiting for Jan to use that V-skill, and Jan is not going to give it to him. I think this is the first time I'm actually going to see a Birdie V-trigger expire.
Very nice punish by Dr. Afrikan on the down forward fierce.
And I will not see a V-trigger expire.
Yeah, I know, right?
So Dr. Afrikan moving 2-0, trying to make his way into losers finals, where he will be met by the person who sent him into losers.
Alpha letter soup is awaiting.
Fight.
Jan definitely has to change it up a little bit. Has to figure out Dr. Afrikan's game plan and figure out a counter to it.
Yep, that defensive style right now just doesn't seem to be working out for him.
As you can see, Dr. Afrikan once again, empty jumping, letting Jan think he can anti-air.
Yep.
And punishing the recovery of the anti-air.
So it looks like right now Jan is just trying to capitalize on all of Dr. Afrikan's mistakes. So when Dr. Afrikan just stands still and does nothing, Jan just kind of loses. But right now he finds that EX full revenger into that heavy.
Yeah, that's all one tight sequence by Jan's part. Doing the dash up SBD after the EX Dolphin dive. You got to keep your offense crisp.
That sequence right there was literally like 50% damage too.
Yeah. You pretty much using your character's advantage to put the opponent in 50-50 situations. Good jump out of the corner right there. Like that walk up stand short, but Dr. Afrikan doesn't bite.
Oh, banana. Okay. So you're noticing that Dr. Afrikan will walk back like 4 or 5 steps, and then he'll just jump in, and then he's been repeating the process.
He's jumping from a range, like I said, that he can threaten with the empty jump if Jan does go for anti-air. And he can also hit the tip of his normal if Jan decides not to anti-air.
Right. So smart there from Dr. Afrikan, using that V-trigger to cancel the slide as late as possible, trying to see if Jan will punish it. Potentially catching going into the super, but Jan doesn't bite, hasn't yet so far.
Jan almost stocked with V-trigger, does have super.
Yeah, it's got to be careful. If you see that slash out of Dr. Afrikan, he will confirm that into, or he's buffering a super right after that. So if you ever see it connect, we'll see a super launch.
Jan's going to have to either stay in, very nice confirming the super. Jan's pretty much going to have to stay, Dr. Afrikan's strategy, he's going to have to use a different anti-air to stop Dr. Afrikan from jumping so much.
Oh no.
Waste the V-trigger on the slide. and Jan takes it with the wake-up jab. Jan's going to have to adjust his anti-air game.
Yep.
He's using down strong exclusively, but Birdie has quite a few other anti-airs, you know, either air-to-air jump, medium punch, or crouch fierce. Crouch fierce is also cancelable into V-skill.
Yep.
So you could also set up something off of that as well.
Or perhaps even just medium punch. It's not the worst. And then from the ranges Dr. Afrikan's jumping at, I don't think it'd really hurt.
Yeah.
At least try it.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
All right, so Dr. Afrikan, it looks like he's just starting to go for that more of that meaty pressure, using that low forward. But Jan, it looks like he's changed something. That heavy command grab, and he's going to go, yep. Got hit by it again. Whoa! He tried the V-trigger, and he's going to get stunned for it.
Very nice.
Wow.
Get the second hit.
Look at all this momentum out of Jan all of a sudden. Looks like Dr. Afrikan had this in the books easily.
Yeah,
but
I think Dr. Afrikan is getting a little too overzealous. He's close to a win, you know?
Yep. I think he can feel it exactly. He's getting a little, I can do this is easy, and then he's forgetting. Look at that. There's that roll.
Anti-air.
Yep.
It's the walk-up grab. Jan takes the second dash grab attempt. See right there, that's the perfect range for crouch fierce anti-air.
Oh, yep.
As you can see, yeah.
You're right.
As a Cody player, that was the bane of my existence. So
you could EX Tornado if you had the bar.
True, but you don't always have the bar.
Yeah.
But in that range, you're supposed to roundhouse ruffian. So, you know, you can't rely too much on one normal. Even though it's really good, it's not always good.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's a really showcase in this game. The top players, like for instance, Infiltration, when you see him using a plethora of anti-airs.
Yeah, definitely.
Always has a different form for each situation. And I think players who are able to adapt like that are the far the most successful. For instance, we see Jan here just adapting to Dr. Afrikan's playstyle. Although Dr. Afrikan fighting the hit, using that EX command grab in the air. Ooh, nice anti-air.
Fierce.
Jan's got to do. Oh, just in time. The can barely coming out too late.
And gets the crush counter as well.
Yep. Now, Dr. Afrikan on match point here. Didn't confirm it. Oh, okay, I'm looking at the wrong bar.
And there we are again.
Yep. Man, maybe you should go tell that to Jam really quick.
I probably could, but unfortunately he's not in Dallas, so.
Oh, okay. Okay. I respect that.
Sorry, y'all. The bias is real. Dr. Afrikan, like I said, he's getting a lot of mileage out of that empty jump.
Wow.
He's scaring
Look
Jan.
at that.
He's scaring Jan into not anti-airing. He's getting those free jumps, and that's all you need.
Whoa. Out of nowhere.
I think Jan recognized it. He recognized that that's how Dr. Afrikan is getting his damage.
Yet again, if you
But
see that slice,
might
like
be too little too late at this point.
Yep. Both players have super on deck, so we can see a huge damage burst from either of them. Jan trying to eat those donuts to get that V-reverse off faster. Could throw a banana out, but I think Dr. Afrikan would be ready with the super. And I think that's what Jan might be afraid of.
Man, I love Dr. Afrikan's composure. I think Jan is choosing his spots wisely, but Dr. Afrikan's not giving him any kind of line to draw off of.
Oh, there's that anti-air.
Goes for the throw attempt. Dr. Afrikan is just walking back.
Yep.
I'd like to see Jan go for, you know, a sweep every now and then in that situation, but I understand that it's risky because, you know, Vega does not punish the sweep right there.
Wasn't ready for it. Oh, there it is again. Dr. Afrikan had V-trigger.
Does not go for super with 10 seconds left.
Use it there. Dr. Afrikan using the V-trigger. Look at the chip. I think Dr. Afrikan has the life lead. Who's the life lead now? Okay. Okay. Well, I guess that decides it.
Yeah. Wow. I'm very surprised that Jan did not go into super right there. I don't think he recognized that there was only 10 seconds left.
They would have timed him out. He would have won. Yeah, he would have won.
I think Dr. Afrikan might have had a few seconds to make something happen, but
Jan could have just run away.
Yeah, exactly. It would have gave Jan a little bit more space to be able to run away and you know, time out the clock. But unfortunately, he does not go for the super combo, and Dr. Afrikan takes it.
All right, so Dr. Afrikan moving on into losers finals, where Alpha